right there, bud.
Vinny just prepared me something very unique. Banana with almond
peanut butter and almond butter.
I never tried this way before, but it sounds and smells very tasty. As we speak, I have a small question for Vinny.
I'll come here. Yeah.
So, you just gifted me a really cool Freedom Journal. John Lee Dumas, shout out to you. Really clever
Very
idea.
good.
Thanks.
John, you did well, bud.
Because of you, we're going to achieve a lot of things.
Yes.
I'm a little nervous because I set up my goal in 100 days to be syndication ready. Be ready for first my syndication of multifamily. I'm really not aspiring for 400 units. I'm thinking 25 units.
Totally.
Something in that range.
Yep.
So, 3 things that I'm thinking what I need to do. I need to understand syndication concept, which I'm already doing by watching your course, listening to podcasts, and listening to all other Will Barrow prophets, other people. So
great people.
That's where I get the picture. Second question is how I need to develop a vision and a plan how to raise funds, how to talk to investors, what my approach should be. And last thing, how to analyze deals. So speaking of number 2, since number 1 is your courses, your direct talk, and when we're going to talk to later on.
Yes, we will, and we'll record a lot of these, sessions as I cover them in more detail with you.
Awesome.
Sure.
So my first thing, my vision and a plan how to raise money. This is what I see in my head. In order to be successful, to raise money, or for people to buy my idea, I need to post videos and articles on my channels, on my YouTube, my Facebook, where people see me, and I have quite I happen to have 3,500 people that follow me on Facebook.
3,500.
It's just because I'm very friendly. I make a lot of friends.
That's so great.
And my goal, I entertain people a lot. They watch me already.
Yeah.
But here I want to give them value and sell them idea. Why should they invest in real estate in multifamily comparing to any other investment stocks? So that's
that'll be awesome. I have that PowerPoint presentation I mentioned to you, Elijah. So let's take that one and design one for your audience, and then you could actually cover that in your video so that they can understand why multifamily is a much easier, cleaner, all those points that we talk about.
Yeah, this is where I'm thinking why multifamily, how to invest, success stories, why numbers work. So to really sell people the multifamily, and not to just sell myself. I want to give them value, just for them to really educate themselves and understand. Because when you give value, you become authority.
That is so true. What you just said is so very true, because investors' money is hard-earned money. I mean, our money is hard-earned money too. But I think my wife and I, how we approach our investors is that they have worked so hard. So we have fiduciary responsibility as a syndicator, which is we are governed by the SEC laws and rules, which is very good. I like that concept of it. The other big part is that we value their investment even more than our investment, more than our money.
We feel
because you're responsible for it, because they have hard-earned money in their retirement account, or they have money, in their savings account, and they are bringing it to our investment in syndication deal to get better returns, above average returns in not only the cash flow, but also when we sell the property, the equity. So we can develop those elevator pitches together, you and I, and then we'll do the PowerPoint, and that way you can show them what benefits they will get because people will only bring the money into our deals if they see, first of all,
what's there for me.
Exactly, and how sincere you are, how they can believe in you, what product you will bring in, and probably ties with me.
I heard a lot of people invest not in just a product or a thing. They invest in a person who's bringing in it or who's representing it.
That is so true, so true. I mean, my 84, 89 investors now, I mean, I bring out the deal and they have confidence because they've been, getting the returns. That goes a long way. So we'll do that. Yes.
So the goal is to post and establish myself as somebody who's in this field, who understands, and maybe I don't think first deal I want to do together with you right along.
No. Yeah, right along. Yeah, sure.
Because or maybe I'll be like in 100 days.
I'll be with you. We'll look at the deal and everything and make sure it's the right deal, and then you take the charge or however. Sure.
And it's really thanks that you offered me your wing, because when I'm gonna represent myself, I said our team and people how to work with is Vinny Chopra and all the attorneys and people who did it for years.
Yep.
But we're an experienced team. We're not just doing it out of our head.
Exactly.
You already did all the sweat job for the last
10 years, 12 years. Yeah, But the thing is, that'll bring your comfortable space. Your investors will feel good that you are not a newbie, and you're able to get the, interaction and everything. You're right. Yep.
So, and then somehow after all these presentations, small talks, videos, I'll offer people an opportunity. If you want to be part of this movement of an investment. First of all, before that, I should generally talk about example. Before I even find a deal, I want people to be open to invest with me whenever I find it.
Exactly. I call it the education part of it. And through the SEC ruling also, there are accredited investors, there are non-accredited investors, sophisticated investors. So they have to be suitable. So by teaching them the ropes, and why multifamily is better, and they feel, and they can then read articles, they can read presentations and all, they'll be more ready when you bring a deal, they'll get into it quickly.
Yeah, so when my first posts or talks to people, I'll offer people to, if you want to learn more, if you want to be part of this, please send me your email so I can be like a partner. We can establish friendship. Friendship. It's not just I have a deal. Please sign up. I don't never seen you. Never been. It's risky, first of all, and it's not legal.
Totally.
So that's a good point. I should establish friendship, get them on my mailing list, talk to them, maybe meet them if they're local.
Yes, exactly. And the best part is that Skype, GoToMeetings, WebEx meetings, MeetMe, you could do so much now. Even FaceTime. I do now with the FaceTime, even the interviews now, like we are buying in Atlanta, we are doing FaceTime because we don't want to fly in there and see. I got by the way, 50 resumes in just 2 days of the community managers and other people over there. I mean, we have an advertisement that just works like this. And I would love to share everything that I do in my company. There's no secret. I want to share all the things, all the tools, everything. So that you don't have to design it, It's just turnkey.
Totally. Thanks, Vinny, for being such an open and friendly man.
Sure.
And the next thing is I need to learn within my first phase of syndication, first phase of my goal, how to analyze deals quicker than usually took. I've been to Dave Lindel's seminar, and he told about how it took him hours and hours to analyze deals, and he shortened it with a system or with a way. Do you have a recommendation?
Yes.
How can I? Is there a way for me to quickly?
Very quickly. Oh yeah, sure. I can definitely teach that. I do have very extensive one also. But before even we get into the numbers, I think one investor and syndicator needs to first understand where the location is, how the neighborhood is, and even physically looking at the building. Is it tired? Does it need a lot of work? Or what's the occupancy? What's the occupancy of the adjoining properties? So a lot of things have to come into play, and then you can look at what the numbers are right from the P&L. You can tell what's the NOI, and then if you know the cap rate around there, and I always like to ask my off the market deals from the brokers. Like I mentioned, and I teach also, never work with a buyer broker. Don't work with a broker who gave you a property that they do not list, You want to only work with the people who are listing the property.
Even in single family
same
world,
thing, exactly.
Get them double commission to motivate them to work
harder. And then they will know the temperature of the seller because they just sat down with them and they have a range of money that they want to get for the seller, right? Of course, they make a little bit more commission if they do a higher price, sale. But at the same token, we also, as a buyer, want to be a win-win-win situation. We can, it's good to get, we do buy stuff which is much at a discount of the replacement value because the cost is way higher to replace it with the land and the structure and all. But you're right, you can definitely sit down and ask them what's the amount they are expecting. Once you have the NOI and the amount, you can find the cap rate right away.
The formula is there.
Formula is there. Now, the other thing which I see a lot of people making mistake is that in calculation of their NOI, you have to look at how much the taxes will be increased, number one, because if the seller or the owner bought it like 5 years back or 10 years back, their base is lower. So they're paying less taxes. You want to make sure that your new taxes of the mill rate and everything is correct. Secondly is the insurance. Sometime I've seen in buying properties for the last 12 years is that people have master insurance and other things and they put less money or they're, they don't need as much insurance also. That's the reason too. Then that amount is a lower amount. So those two factors can reduce the NOI, of course.
So you have to be expecting. But so once you find it all from broker and owner directly.
Correct.
What if I'm not on a level where I really talk to owners yet? I find deal on LoopNet and I want to analyze if it's good or not. Is there a system I can plug in? Cap rate or all these
Good point. Good point. If you probably are looking in the LoopNet, probably you're looking into, Elijah, in a certain market where you want to buy. And you have already made up your mind and looked at the studies that it's a good market and so forth and a, okay neighborhood. Then you go to LoopNet to get this property, for example. Many times I find the properties on LoopNet are not really that great, because they have to pass through several channels and all that.
They passed all the off-market syndicators like Vinny. Something Vinny didn't like, it goes farther, and then to LoopNet. That's what happens.
That's what. But at the same token, by the way, I have seen also some owners, because they want to get more people to buy into it. Competition. So they tell the broker, hey, we want to not only you give email blast, it's called, to all your investors, but also put it on LoopNet, But then the good part is, it's always good to rehearse and find out. There is always diamond in the rough many times, right? The big thing I do, Elijah, is to take the place and go to Bing Map and Google Map. Because I want to find out where that property is. And I put that address in there and I go on bird's eye view and then I go and try to analyze how the building is looking, how the roofs are looking and so forth, and then what's in the neighborhood.
Get a feel.
Get a feel of the area, because there might be lots of apartment buildings or there might be some other structures or airport nearby, things like that. That's where you have to kind of make up. Buying properties like you're getting yes, green arrows. You're looking for red arrows too.
Of course.
The other thing I do is the police report. You want to really find out about the property, go to the police report right away, and then apartmentsratings.com. You also want to go there, and Facebook. So all those places, what they say about it, and like that Albion, when I bought, 247 people said they love to, they had good comments. I said, man, this is a great property, So essentially what you're saying is correct, that you want to find out from the property, from LoopNet, you want to find out the neighborhood, you want to find out, okay, what's the, NOI, of course, if they don't have numbers, you can, the best thing I like to do is to call the broker.
Directly.
You got to call the broker. Sometimes, they just don't give you much weight unless you talk to them and tell them that you're sincere about it. You are looking at this listing and, you're here for a long haul and that you have a company, they've been doing investing, for 10, 12 years, things like that.
So, and then you sell yourself to a broker and then he opens...
He opens up more. They really do. I mean, I've seen it. In just last 6 months, I've opened up Atlanta market now, I mean, nobody knew me from Adam over there, really.
Yeah.
Nobody knew me. In 4 days, I was able to meet with all the people. And I love to discuss that. I mean, I might have mentioned it. I had a little bit time to catch my flight back to California, 4 hours, I think. And I said, oh my gosh, how can I use that time effectively? And then I met with ARA guy, Bill, he's a really cool guy. And then he said, Vinny, there is another company over here, small boutique company. He gave me the name of the person. I went on Google on my iPhone and I go there and I find a V card under his name there, and I clicked on it. I got his cell number.
Wow.
I never knew him. I just didn't even know his name like 20 seconds back. And I called him. No. I texted him. I emailed him also maybe, and then I called him. He says, Vinny, as a matter of fact, I'm heading out to Buckhead, to my office. You want to meet me there in 15 minutes? Wow. I took an Uber and I went to his office. And there, rest is history. I was able to sit with them. They showed me 6 properties between that time before I was leaving.
It's beautiful.
And they took me in their SUV to Smyrna and Marietta and every place. And I loved it. What a use of time.
Hustling.
Hustling, that's
Going
it.
a little farther than you didn't usually. Text, find things, look for opportunities, and you'll find.
You will find it. That's the key, I mean, you got to be the most detective work is in finding apartments. And then, of course, finding the more good or bad things about that apartment, Yeah, that's how it is.
So the goal, what I'm thinking to accomplish this sprint, the first 10 days, I want to look at the deal and give it a price. What's the price it should be worth, or I can offer it. For example, a 25 unit deal.
Sure.
I can confidently pay 1 million or 1.5 million. Depends what location it is. If it's California, of course, it's
sure.
If it's Reno, Nevada, it probably is lower.
Right.
And I'm thinking
more
to explore
into that. Explore
yesterday
that market.
I've been very close to Reno. I was in Squaw Valley with my family.
Yeah.
And I kind of feel it's a market that still has meat on the bones.
That'll be awesome. Some of the smaller unit one, that'll be awesome. I know it's been out in the open about the Tesla plant and everything, but the batteries and all. But if you can get a good deal, that'll be awesome. Yeah. And some of the nice areas, the Roseville, Auburn, Cimarron Hills, I think, El Dorado Hills. I wonder how, over there it'll shape up. That'll be awesome to look into, yeah. But what would be another market if you were to, explore or look into smaller units?
Everybody talks about Texas, but I think it's already overhyped.
No, it's not.
It's really not. Because every podcast I hear, I invest in Dallas or Fort
you're talking Dallas and Fort Worth.
Yeah,
Fort Worth, yeah.
Almost every other person is from there. What cities are you at?
Okay, now, we started with Odessa, then Midland, which is outside of Dallas on that other side. Then we came to San Marcos, San Antonio, Seguin, and then Houston, and now Atlanta. It's kind of going in a necklace here. But the thing is, Elijah, I really believe that if you can get a good deal,
it's
different pockets, for sure,
totally. I didn't even expect to get something in Sacramento. My fourplex bought 1.5 years ago in Sacramento for 280, which today it costs more than 400,000.
Look at that. Yeah.
It's just because I had my eyes open.
Sure.
I analyzed so many deals. I had my brain trained, and when I saw that, I didn't have to think about anything else. I saw that this is a deal and it works. I want to train my mind to see bigger multifamily.
Surely, you should. And you know, maybe Texas is a most friendly state.
Actually,
you
I
know?
love Texas.
Yeah, you
I
love
just,
Texas?
my comments, and thanks for your feedback that it's not really overhyped. It works, numbers work,
It works,
that's what matters.
you know, really. And as a matter of fact, my next trip, maybe if you have time,
I would love
to have you come with me.
And when I listened to you 2.5 months ago,
I'll host you. You've been helping me so much. Just tell me if you. I'm going to tell you my flights and all.
I would love
And,
to be
yeah,
part of
that'd
this
be
trip
awesome.
because my job.
Yeah.
Thanks, Dr. Rath and the company for allowing me to do this. My job allows me to travel and
That's awesome.
work from home. most of
That's
the time.
great. That's awesome.
And when I heard you on a podcast in November 2016, I said, "Man, this guy sounds so friendly." And he lives in Danville, like 1 hour from me.
Yeah.
I wonder if becomes friends.
Aw,
I eat
thank
breakfast sometimes
Thank
with
you,
him,
thank
and then
you.
I fly right along with him analyzing deals. And this
That'd
feels
be
like
amazing.
It can happen.
I would love that. I would love that. I'll book you, and if you can come even for a day,
More, I can.
a day and a half or 2 days, that'll be great. Let's do it. Let's do it. Okay, I'll tell you. I'll look at my schedule.
Look and
I'm going there in March actually. Let me look at it and we'll find out and I'll book you. And hotel, I'm at the Hilton Hotel. And
I can book everything.
No,
myself.
no, no.
For me, the ride along effect is the best school.
That'll be awesome. And then I'm going to Atlanta also in April.
I'm
Already
open to
booked that
I'm
one too. So you're very welcome to come, and this way you'll see me in action.
And by the way, we can record everything that's happening.
Oh my
and make a
gosh,
documentary,
yeah.
Vinny Chopra documentary.
Oh my gosh! Wow. Okay. Yeah.
So we're thinking out loud. Don't
Yeah.
get us.
You know, that's the main thing I find. What you see in actuality, you will learn so much.
Mm-hmm.
You will learn so much and about the neighborhoods and the properties and everything. So that'd be great. Yeah, Elijah.
Amazing. So this is pretty much, and thanks for your feedback. So my goal is to understand syndication, which is read, listen, and watch. Well, that's what I'm doing constantly. And my list of podcasts,
Yep.
ladies and gentlemen, if you're hearing this,
It's amazing.
and if you're still not on podcast,
Yeah.
you're missing out. Don't waste your life just not educating yourself. Vinny is in his 64th.
Yeah, 64
and
years.
He's learning like crazy. best character of
Yes,
of
I
entrepreneur.
love to listen to so many podcasts. I don't watch TV anymore. I mean, you
Look
know.
at this 80-inch screen TV, if not bigger, and he doesn't watch it. And that's awesome. And actually, I don't have a TV and never had it in my life yet.
Really, that's great.
The
I
only
think
thing-
that's the best thing.
I bought
You
a
know.
TV for my hotel, Airbnb, satisfy people. But I feel you should really choose what you watch, what you listen, and
That's
TV
so
really
true.
it feeds you with whatever they think.
Yeah, see what you can get out of the message. I think that's the number one thing. I think, you know, when we read books, Elijah, or we listen to something, what do we do with that information? It's so important. You know, even if we go to a seminar, if we can just get one thing out of it and implement it, we got to implement and see the results, and then give yourself rewards every week, every other week. You know, massages and things. I go manicuring,
Awesome.
pedicuring, the wax, the whole bit. I'm like a girl, no, but I do all those things. But you know, those are exciting things
Absolutely.
in life, and that keeps you young. Because
And
I'm getting
motivated.
ready
And
for
motivated.
next 30 years. So when I'm 93, I'll talk to you guys again.
Awesome.
I'm just kidding.
Vinny, this was awesome show. Not to make it too long for
Yeah,
people to
sure.
watch. This is gonna be on his YouTube,
Oh my gosh.
probably on my YouTube as well. But people who follow Vinny, this is
Thank
exciting.
you.
I'm really grateful for this opportunity to meet him in person.
Thank
And
you.
this was Elijah Artman, Vinny Chopra,
Vinny Chopra.
signing off.
You have brought me so much offer. You really are Vinny. Smile.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is something historical happening.
Oh,
Vinny
come on.
gifted me a very, very significant book, The Freedom Journal, which I'm gonna accomplish a lot of stuff with.
Yes.
And I already set up a big goal. And thanks, Vinny, for such an awesome gift. This is gonna take us to another level.
Oh, thank you.
The best mentor in my life so
Oh
far.
my gosh. It's such a pleasure to know you, really. I mean, Elijah, in the last 3 to 4 months, I mean, you have brought... I'll be 65 in August. I feel like I'm 40, 42. And I'm so excited for the next 30 years of my life. I'm telling you, you know, and we'll make this world a better place.
With God's help,
Because
absolutely.
we'll work together. Yes.
Absolutely. Thanks.
Thank you.
So,